Everyone. Thank you for coming to play with these ideas today. My name is Gretchen Vogel. I've been a psychic medium and I've channeled for more than 4 decades. Dolores Cannon helped facilitate this meditation in March of 2021, and it's on the power of the human heart. And I'm going to repeat the last paragraph of part 1, just to put this in context. Now, I am listening to a recording because I really don't want to ad lib. This material was terrific, but I want to share it with you. So, you are all swimming in a sea of love, and yet humans can reject that experience. Part of the human evolution is the journey out from source, evolving as individuals. And this is the journey of moving away from source love. Humans have to learn what is love and what is not love. Remember, polar opposites have to exist in universe. It's a natural law. There has to be a species that carries not only love, but carries what is the opposite of love, which we call evil, but is the natural capacity of free will to choose destruction over love. The opposite of love we call evil, but it really is fear. Fear comes from the mind, the human mind. The mind carries the human potential for fear, but it is the heart that carries the potential for love. Mind often diminishes our heart energy until we reach or evolve to a certain level in our own experience that is not linked to our species choice. Until we have moved beyond species choice, which we understand in the word ascension, we will always have to choose between the duality of love and fear in our mind and heart space. Now, evil is not the opposite of love. Fear is the opposite of love. And because of our exterior animal, our animal body, our physicality, we are afraid. They're using the example of the pain of shingles that I had before this meditation. It's very painful, but it's not life-threatening. I had to remind myself several times not to be afraid of the pain because the fear in my mind would amplify the pain in my body and make me kind of obsess about it. It's just a small example of how fear can be gleaned from a condition or a circumstance purely of our physicality. Now, fear is largely a choice. In fact, fear is the largest enslavement of the human mind because we have both fear and love in equal potential. Now, our interpretation of experience can be rooted in fear or rooted in love. Of course, there's a blend or overlap of the two, and no one's existing completely in fear, and hardly anyone can exist completely expressing love. But there are a lot of people abiding in love as much as possible. And there are also people abiding in fear. We've had a magnificent example of this in our recent political past. The minions of the elected or appointed officials in our government chose to participate in fear with all its permutations and ramifications. Fearful thinking, fearful lives, fearful hearts. This has been so profoundly demonstrated that it's made many people in our country very fearful. It is the rise of fear in our country that looked like evil, but greed is out of fear, the exploitation of the planet's out of fear, the exploitation of each other is out of fear. The beliefs being exploited and experienced by people choosing fear over love has become very common in our media right now. But it does seem like totally absurd, because what feels better, fear or love? As we said, fear is based in physical vulnerability, and many people in our country are experiencing hunger. In this country of abundance and wealth, they don't have shelter, they don't have money for food or the ability to heat or cool themselves. People are dying in large numbers from the virus. People are too afraid to get the vaccine. The weather patterns are making us very physically vulnerable right now. This physical vulnerability in our country is in proportions it has never been in before. Now, there will always be lack and discrimination until the world culture shifts and changes. So all of this fear has become accentuated because this is a turning point on our planet. People experience very painful times in our life, times when we cannot open our heart to the people that we are with. This is very hard, especially when we're children. But children often find something to love. I loved the trees and the weeds when I was a child. My heart was kept open by nature. No matter what our trauma is, we still can choose self-love. They were talking about a friend of mine whose mother is being very cruel to her, recounting all her mistakes in life, belittling her partner, insinuating that she is a terrible mother. How disempowering this is to my friend who struggles already with self-love. It seems so debilitating for her mother to interfere with her heart energy so consistently. So I asked, why are we able to damage each other this much? And the answer is coming because it is so uncomfortable in a human to be acted upon like this, that the person being acted upon by this abuse will say, this is enough. They're not going to take it anymore. They'll find the courage of love for themselves and turn away the abuse from other people, no matter who they are, whether it's their child, a partner, or parents. I had to turn away a friend of nearly 50 years, which was so sad for me, but it was a tremendous act of self-love. I had to turn away somebody I really cared about who was threatening and abusing me. And it didn't close my heart because I still pray for her and wish her well. We don't have to go any farther than the present moment to assess whether we're abiding in fear or whether we're abiding in love. I sit early in the morning and I do mantra, or I pray for the people who are struggling. I send my personal energy to augment their energy. It sets up my whole day in love, no matter how mundane my day might become. There are so many people helping other people, the young people who are reaching out to their peers, who are struggling with the isolation of homeschooling or depressed. So many people are volunteering at food banks and supporting food banks. The people who are handing out these boxes of food, it's a symbol of the love in their hearts that they are trying to share with other people. The emotion of love and the actions of love that grow from those roots progress and expand us as humans. The emotion of fear is constricting, constraining, confining, and diminishing to our experience. Emotion is energy in motion, driving us either in the direction of love or in the direction of fear. It is odd to choose what doesn't feel good emotionally, and we do have a choice. So thank you very much for spending some time with the thoughts that I represent today. My website is How Spirit Works. Please like, subscribe, and share so that the messages that I've received can get spread among more people. So thank you very much. And I'll see you next time.